Aleksis Stone and 7 brothers and 7 sisters. Dear ones, me as Shiva God and Kirsi greet you again. And I think that today we have one of the most important teaching for you all as humankind. Yes, our dear human friends. Well, Kirsi has been asking some questions again from me as a Shiva God because she put pieces together last night once again and she asked me, Shiva, is that 3A Atlas that Aleksis Stone again? And those 9 comets around, are they your new 9 brothers? Yes, our dear human friends. This woman, she asked me the most weirdest question than anyone at your own planet Earth lens. Our dear human friends. And this woman, she understood the entire creation story as Kalevala poem in the Finnish literature. I can't believe you, Kirsi. You put the pieces together. She translated my old name as Aleksis Kivi in the past. She translated into English as Aleksis Stone. And then she understood that this 3A Atlas, that is a stone. Our dear human friends. You make me laugh, Kirsi. I think this was the best question I ever heard on my entire card life, I could say. And she has been researching this Aleksis Stone and 7 brothers long time ago, our dear human friends. But now she put the pieces together. There must be 7 sisters with them. And who took those sisters away from our creation story in the beginning, our dear human friends? Well, me as your own creator, I need to prove for you now that Kirsi is right. Right with this creation story. Yes, our dear human friends. And the whole entire creation story, they have made all kinds of things like creation eggs. But it never was an egg, our dear human friends. Not Easter egg or not any creation egg. The only creation egg what you have is the Earth's crust, which is your crystal computer. Well, some of you can call it as a creation egg, but I would rather call it as your highest technology ever made at your own planet Earth lens, our dear human friends. So, that is the natural computer as you can understand it. Kirsi sometimes calls it as a natural AI if it helps you to understand what it is all about. So, and some of you, as human entities, you look quartz crystals and you create computers. Your fake AI computers from that. So, what do you think, our dear human friends? Which was first, the chicken or the egg? Our dear human friends. So, I think that this chicken was long before your your egg was created, our dear human friends. Yes, so it is. But in real, this egg or this Aleksis stone, it has always been a stone. And they picture it in the past as a comet, as a stone, and all those machines, these galactic ships by that time, they came in the mode of a stone as a comet, our dear human friends. And they started to call them as stones. So, but who is this Aleksis Stone in the beginning? And I know, Kirsi, that you already know who he is. And I need to tell you the truth, our dear human friends, from this creation story right now. And everything I will tell you now is true and nothing but the truth, our dear human friends. And this is the creation story in the beginning, which is created by me as your own creator, as Shiva God. And now I confirm you all that this is the only truth there is. All these Bibles you have read, they are written from this creation story in the beginning. Yes, our dear human friends. And Kirsi has been in the cave, the stone cave, where that creation was made. And this stone, Kirsi, you have seen it in real. That is the Aleksis stone, real cave in it. Yes, our dear human friends. And you already know, Kirsi, what was inside of it. Even that no one have made their way inside of that cave. But you never cared about these physical rules, Kirsi. You passed it through directly to the place where the whole creation was created as entire planet Earth lens, our dear human friends. Yes, Kirsi, and I remember you have the photo of that stone already, and I think that your own scientist should go there and take a deep look into it. Which kind of stone it is in the beginning. Yes, our dear human friends. But all those creation energies, all those energetic structures, and all things they lead in, we have already fixed them with Kirsi in the past. Yes, our dear human friends. So we needed to create this planet Earth back to its own origin once again. And Kirsi was with me in that time. And like I have told you that we have been everywhere with her, under the water, above, and in the middle, everywhere, our dear human friends. And she has a very good picture what has happened in the past. But that is your true Aleksis Stone story. And that is some kind of channeled information as well. Because the true creator in that story, he was called Lemminkäinen, our dear human friends. So you can call all this as a Shiva God's poem for you as humankind. Yes, our dear human friends. But there has been a time when that real creation was made, and I was there also as Shiva God himself in that time. But you have known me at your own planet Earth lens versions with so many names that I can't even remember myself all the names I have created for you in the past. Like I have told you already, I always create the reality the way that you are able to understand, our dear human friends. And that's why I tell you that forget all the Bibles because they are written with a mindset of those entities at those times, our dear human friends. And now, me and Kirsi, we have our own contract that we will bring the whole truth about you as humans for you once again. But this time you are wise enough and aware of the real things which are happening in the cosmos already. So this time it will be the greatest story ever told, our dear human friends. And this is the reason We have been operating with Kirsi for so many years because I have had many things to explain to her that she can continue of telling who the hell, hell you are in real, our dear human friends. Because you don't have anything correct. All your knowledge, they are not real knowledge which you have believed nowadays, our dear human friends. They are manipulated information with all corrupted ways ever made. And that's why it is even hard for me sometimes to tell the entire truth because you have believed so many truths from so many leaders before. But this truth we are bringing with Kirsi this time, that is the only real truth there is, our dear human friends. And now, when I answer to Kirsi's question about Aleksis stone, she also asked me who was Shiva, who was Aleksis in real. And that was the copy from the original story, the cosmic creation story, our dear human friends. Yes, you have been thinking that you, as humans, you are the center of everything there is. But what if I tell you that there have been many stones and many comets in the entire cosmos and the whole universe and multiverses, our dear human friends. So that's why I created this Aleksis stone, which is its real name from the cosmos, the stone of creation, our dear human friends. And like I told you about this crystal computer inside of your own planet Earth lens, you are a part of that real Aleksis stone, our dear human friends. I can read your mind, Kirsi. You are thinking how that stone got into our planet as planet Earth land, Shiva. Yes, I can read you as as an open book, Kirsi. And that is the secret, the most sacred secret, our dear human friends. The crystal, this white light crystal, it is the purest manifestation of your source light itself, our dear human friends. Yes, and you are looking after the gold, which is not the same kind of manifestation at all, our dear human friends. And I think that it would be time for your own scientist to start to research the secret of that light crystal itself. How much information it can hold, how many frequencies it can recognize, and how it is all about. You can use all the measurements you can measure, but I think that you will never find the entire truth about that Aleksis stone in real. Yes, our dear human friends. And this comet, which was sent to create your planet Earth lens in the beginning, it was this crystal light stone created as your own first temple at your own planet Earth lens, which some of you know as a Carta itself. Yes, our dear human friends. And if we go back to Kirsi's Heaven on Earth Nature Center, which is my and Kirsi's creation as one, it is created from the same source light. Yes, our dear human friends, but because our technology has gone a little bit forward from that crystal light city time, it can be, this creation will be the creation of its own kind. That is the best technology we have ever made ourselves, our dear human friends. Because that was the Kirsi's will. She wanted to have the best technology ever made in entire universe we exist. And that is what it is, our dear human friends. And those secrets you will need to open for a long time, our dear human friends. And maybe it would be good to start from that light crystal in the beginning, because the things, they will get more complicated when this Heaven on Earth Nature Center is manifested to its fullest potential. Yes, our dear human friends. So, now we know who was Aleksis Stone and those 7 brothers, who they were in the beginning. Kirsi, now you start to laugh. You got the picture already. I can see it. And you are right. They are those 7 gods, your true kings of the kings in the beginning, who created your entire planet Earth lens in total. Yes, that is the true story about Aleksis Stone, Kalevala in the beginning. Your creation story, our dear human friends. Until now, when you asked, who were those 7 sisters in the beginning? And do we have now 9 of them? Oh dear, human friends. And Kirsi, you make me laugh again. You got the new picture because now we are balancing your entire planet Earth lens to the new 5D timeline with its own energies and frequencies. And we won't let that old masculine mistake to happen. Never again. We have created these 7 sisters with it. Those 7 goddesses which you have never heard before, our dear human friends. And maybe you can start to call them as 7 sisters from Atlantis. They were your counterparts as 7 brothers, our dear fellow brothers. And now it is time to get them back to the business unusual, our dear human friends. And those powers which were deleted in the past, they will rise to your own side as 7 brothers, and they will be equal from now on at your own planet Earth lens, our dear human friends. And as a symbol of that old power, we will rise your old real Atlantis as it was created in the past to your own planet Earth lens. We will bring it back to you that you can see it yourself finally, that you can understand who you are in real and from where you come from, our dear human friends. And this is the true story, the greatest story ever told for you from your own creation as humankind and the planet Earth lens. And I can see, Kirsi, your next question already. Why there are 7 brothers and 7 sisters? What they symbolize in real. And I think, Kirsi, that we will make another voice clip of that story. And you already know that they are some things which are guiding us as humans and our own mentality and things to understand and learn from the feminine and masculine side in them. And you can see those things already from the chart we made with Kirsi with these 15 consciousness levels. Maybe you can link it again under this voice clip. And there I have already pictured them with Kirsi. Those 7 symbols you already asked me before. That's why they are there at your 15 consciousness levels chart. And that is your true human life in balance, in the unity, our dear human friends. But for that mystery, why there is a one comet as new Aleksis stone coming, and it has 9 so-called brothers with it. We will open that story for you with the next voice clip with Kirsi. And then you will hear your newest story, the greatest story ever told, connected to your own 5D timeline after that. Yes, our dear human friends. And maybe me as Shiva God, I will bring you some new lessons with it to study at the God School from now on. So stay tuned, our dear human friends. And I really can't comprehend, Kirsi, how you packed all this to the same sentence again. So there is something to think for you, our dear human friends. And make sure, Kirsi, that all people can see that Aleksis stone where your own creation story was created in the beginning. I think it would be interesting for you to see. And that crystal light city underneath, it is connected to that Lemminkäinen temple in the beginning, our dear human friends. So, thank you, Kirsi, from your great question again. And I will tell the next part of this story with our next voice clip for you, our dear human friends. Thank you for listening from the light and love, the Shiva God, your best friend.